Welcome to Shreveport, Louisiana, home to the 11th oldest bowl game in college football, the Radius Technologies Independence Bowl. While this game caps off the regular season, how that season is remembered will be impacted greatly by what happens in this game. As we'll see a squad from Conference USA, the Delaware Blue Hens, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the UTEP Miners. For EA Sports, I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Pollack with me. Guys, can't wait to get this started. Kickoff team is out there ready to get this bowl game underway. The returner will field it and try to set up his offense in great field position. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. So UTEP's offense makes its way onto the field to open this game. And they're going to be met by one of the best defenses in the nation, David. And I know seeing a defense doing what they want, when they want to do it, makes you a happy man.
Well, defense is starting to make a comeback. I'm excited about this new era of football. We're seeing better tackling, and we're seeing better coverage than we were a couple years ago. And this defense is fun to watch them on tape, fun to talk to their coaches. Jesse, this defense has been consistent all year long.
And they're dialed in, and they're so talented. They've got multiple NFL draft picks on that side of the football, and they don't have to change a lot week to week. This defense dominates. They do what they do, and they don't care if you know it. You can't do anything against them.
I'll tell you what, a few more runs like that, defensively you start thinking, more guys in the box, more big guys. I better stop this guy because he's unbelievable. Just a great job breaking off the big run, and the OC is going to give him the ball some more.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Might be calling a hot route. Looking to throw on 1st down. Makes the catch. It's Woodhead. He stopped at the 48, a pickup of 10 on the play. The Miners will hustle to the line.
Nice job by the quarterback, seeing the receiver come over, getting him the football, making the 1st down, and they like to do this. When they make a 1st down, they want to go fast, they want to crank up the tempo.
Got the 1st down and more. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
1st down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another 1st down, gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. Right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
And the Miners in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Looking for space. It's Morton. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Well, it's not a home run, but it's just enough by the running back to move the chains.
The Miners kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. Right back to the well. They pull him down after a 4-yard gain down to the 24.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Motion from the wideout. From the gun, the ground game. Stop is made almost immediately. Give him 1 to the 23.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Third down play from the gun. Here's a heat. And they can't make the play on 3rd down.
I want to give a shout out to the defense there on third down, doing a really nice job disguising their coverage because it looked like they confused the quarterback on third down. Really nice job getting back into that zone and making sure that ball falls incomplete.
On fourth down, looking for the completion. Makes a grab past the marker. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, UTEP.
And this offense just made their first statement, the first drive. Fourth down, what are we going to do? We're going to be aggressive. Not only that, they get the touchdown, they're rewarded. What a hot start for this offense.
And he tacks on the extra point. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So Delaware's offense taking the field. First chance we have to see them today. Every team has impact players. What traits are you looking for when it comes to players who can make an impact, David?
Well, obviously, you want the main things, right? Speed, physicality, like all power. All those things are really, really good. But you also need guys that will hold people accountable, guys that will lead. And it's nice to have those guys on your team. They're the leaders of the team, and they're the best players.
And part of the reason why they're leaders is because these guys galvanize their teammates, right? We've seen time and time again, these dudes make plays, and it just sparks the sideline. It sparks the coaching staff. It sparks the fans. They're special players, and they all have to play well today.
The Blue Hens come to the line in the hurry-up.
Well, your opponent scored on their opening drive, so obviously no need to panic. But I know, having been in this situation as a quarterback, you want to answer right away. So really good to see him making some nice throws here on their opening drive. He's going to try and see if he can get this thing tied up.
And you see those balls in practice sometimes. They're just off the mark. You don't know how to control it. You don't know what goes wrong. But sometimes QBs miss, and it's an incompletion.
Here they come, facing third and long from the 40. From the gun, wants to pass. And a missed opportunity on third down as the defense knocks it free, and fourth down is coming up. And the Blue Hens decide to punt it away. They'll boot it away for the first time tonight. Pretty solid coverage there, and they'll stop him at the 26. UTEP has the ball, and the Miner offense ready to go to work. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Quarterback making adjustments. Looking downfield on first down. Missed receiver there. It's incomplete. Plenty of work to do here on second and long. They'll throw again after the incompletion. That's caught. It's Woodhead. Whipping through the defense. Off to the races to the right. He's at the touchdown Miners. Once he got a step, it was all over right to the house. When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short, and he did the rest of the work.
And he's going to try to return this one. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he had just taken the touchback. Guys, the Delaware offense going back to work. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
The Blue Hens want to pick up the tempo. On third down, he drops to throw. Working on the right. Nice job to get it past the sticks, and they get him down at the 35. And the Blue Hens with the 1st and 10. To the air on 1st down. Here's the pressure. Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28. The Blue Hens have put themselves in dire straits after that last play at 2nd and a mile. Wants to go up top. Unloads to the wideout. Catch in the middle, it's Wilkins. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a 1st down. And the Blue Hens are marching down the field. He'll pull it on the read. Sweet cut there.
Yeah, and it's a nice job by this defense understanding, listen, that QB is a threat, and they're going to run all kinds of options. He's going to run the football. They were dialed in. He got that sucker to the ground.
Trying to make that rush think on the draw play here. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Grabbed in the middle, it's Whitted. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be 1st down. Up-tempo for the offense.
I don't know if this defense knows what just hit them because they gave up the completion, they gave up a 1st down, and now here's the offense back up at the line of scrimmage again, going tempo.
Wants to go up top on 1st down. Got his man in the middle. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there.
That's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
The Blue Hens come to the ball trying to pick up this 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Unleashes one deep. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down. They'll pass on the 48-yard field goal attempt and instead try to pick up the 1st down. They'll move the wide receiver. On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. Big tight end makes the grab. It's a 1st down. And the defense was right there to make the tackle, but not before they get it to the 12 and set up in the red zone. Wants to throw on 1st down. Intercepted, and now he's up to 14. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover.
Nothing going right for this team early in the 1st quarter here. The defense is getting gashed, and now you've thrown a pick. The head coach has got to get his team together and get everybody to calm down and settle in.
And this defense, they've got to do a big job here. Like, offense puts you in a bad spot. You haven't had some great moments, but this possession, we got to get a stop, got to stop the bleeding, and get the ball back to our offense.
They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the 1st down. We've come to the break, and it's UTEP holding the lead. And they were able to build that lead into double figures. Let's take a quick look at our early stats before we move on. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Barrels all the way to the 29, a gain of 6. And the Miners can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Looking to fire. That's caught. It's Woodhead. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a 1st down at the 43.
And this has got to be so demoralizing for this defense right now, having given up multiple 1st downs on this drive. Somebody on defense has to step up, make a play, and stop the bleed.
Looking for a physical attack from the gun. creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line.
Well, they're going RPO. Nice job handing it off, and really good vision there, just getting what he can get, right? Puts his foot in the ground, gets forward, helps this offense find positive yards.
Rides the back and leaves it on the option. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
And those plays from a defensive perspective, man, they're just super annoying because now I'm in the worst spot ever, third and manageable. Like, I don't know if you're passing, don't know if you're running, so nice job by this offense keeping this defense off balance and creating a third down opportunity that's in their favor.
Got a man in the middle. Now well within striking distance as that third down play gets him a first at the 29. It's complete. Oh, better check some ankles. He makes a move and gets down to the 24.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
The Miners with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Back to pass. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
And the Miners are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Wants to adjust the pattern. Wants to throw again. That's reeled in. It's Woodhead. And that'll not only be a first down, it'll be 1st and goal from the 7. The Miners, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. The snap sets up the throw. They'll run the screen. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
And you're trying to get the ball to the running back quick and let him get some space, but there was absolutely no space. They penetrated quickly, and they got him before he could even get going.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Wants to go up top. Looking to get it in. And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds.
Well, short completion setting up 3rd down now. Who is your best playmaker that you can target in this area of the field?
They worked it down to the 4-yard line, but now it's 3rd and goal. Let's it go to the end zone. Touchdown, UTEP. Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. We're taking shots. We need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
And now the Blue Hen offense onto the field. Trailing by 3 touchdowns. If you're going to get back in it, David, the time to start is right now.
Got to start now. Defense giving up points on that last possession. Again, the offense is going to have to score, and Jesse probably score pretty quickly.
Yeah, you got to go tempo. You're going to have to try to fit in as many plays as you can throughout the rest of this game. But I think more than that, you got to eliminate the negative plays. No more penalties and no more turnovers.
He'll try it again on 2nd and 10. Snagged out of the air.
Good play by the defense. Way to wrap them up. Way to know where the sticks are. Now put you in a successful position for 3rd down. Now you can break out the fun packages, the blitzes, putting more speed, more little fast guys on the field.
Bringing the heat. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
Well, this offensive coordinator has to be scratching his head because he's trying to keep his quarterback protected. He's trying different things, sliding the offensive line, keeping tight ends and running backs in, chipping, going empty, and getting the ball out quickly, but it's not working. They're just losing the one-on-one battles up front, and in the second half looking forward, I don't know if they're going to be able to fix it.
UTEP has the ball, the offense ready to go back to work. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
Yeah, you know, you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talking about create balance, run and pass. No, when you throw that good, spin the ball around.
So the defense has to find a way to affect the quarterback on this drive because last drive he had way too much time to throw.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play a wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
The give. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Man, not much wiggle room for the ball carrier there.
I'm not really sure what they can do to try to create some space.
I know. Block better. How about the offensive lineman push some guy backwards and make some holes?
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Got it in the middle, it's Morton. They'll get it to the 48, no need to measure it to first down. We're at the 2-minute timeout. They built a big lead, and they'll try to pile on a little more before the break. And the Miners come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Quarterback may change this route. Looking to throw on first down. Quickly complete. He's knocked out of bounds. They'll mark it at the 44.
QB, excellent location on that throw. Out route against man coverage, you cannot miss. If you throw that behind, that might be a pick six. So nice job by the quarterback with his accuracy.
The give on the option. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Miners back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. They're going to ride this running back. Oh, he's got some space. Nice pickup on the ground there. They'll move the sticks with the first down.
Good running backs are the ones that can make things happen in small spaces. That running back there found his lane, he found his crease, and there was no hesitation. He got north right away and was able to make a big-time play.
And the Miners pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. Rides the back and leaves it. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Trying to surprise him with the pass. And wings it incomplete.
And a nice job by the defense understanding who their go-to guy is. That's the guy they want to feature. That's the guy they want to feed with good reason. He's a great player, but a great job by the defense taking away that primary read, making sure they don't make a big play.
They're setting up the screen. He gets it inside the 20 and out of bounds at the 17.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense, catching the football.
So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Converts on 4th down, and he's still going. Touchdown, UTEP! And they take it in for 6 more points.
And man, the defense really needed to stop there. They needed to create some momentum, get the ball back to the offense before the half. But the offense does their job, and they continue to pile on, continue to create momentum. There's going to have to be some questions answered at half with this squad because it's been a struggle in the first half.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Guys, the Blue Hen offense going to work. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum in their favor.
Dang right. There's no time to be concerned. If we're a little bit down, listen, I just think this is a point with the offense that they can prove. Like, we're here, we're going to create something now that we can build on in the second half.
Coach said all week he wanted to be aggressive. This is a great opportunity to show that right now. At the end of the first half, try and generate some momentum, score some points before going into halftime.
Big tight end tries to make a catch, and you can tell he extends for the ball, but great job by the defender getting in there, making the hit, dislodging the football out at the same time as he's going to catch it, and the big tight end couldn't hold on to it.
He'll keep it himself. At the 35, he's loose. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. The offense lines up at the 40. They've got a first down. Looking to throw on first down. And he makes the grab, but the officials immediately signal that he's out of bounds. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Wants to throw. They'll have to be efficient against the clock. Catch in the middle. It's Wilkins. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have one remaining in the half. This defense will try to force a fourth down on 3rd and short from the 45. Got his man. He's got first down yardage as they move it to the 44. The offense will quickly use a timeout. And the Blue Hens come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking downfield on first down. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to avoid the loss.
I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now and why they're trailing on the scoreboard is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate. Moving forward, the pass pro has got to be better to help this guy out.
Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Oh, the attempt is no good. Hoping to cut into that lead, and they did not. Lead is huge.
Listen, he's a guy that makes 60-yarders in practice, so they give him that opportunity with his big leg. He misses it. The opponent didn't set up the return, so they're going to get the football back now. A pretty good field position. There's still a few ticks left on the clock. They've got a chance to steal some points here late in the half.
And after that short gain, they'll head to the locker room. It's halftime here. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Miners will kick it off to start the second half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Okay, guys, here comes the Delaware offense onto the field. While that first half certainly wasn't what they had in mind, maybe a big comeback is in the offing here in bowl season.
And I think that's a nice way of saying they were awful in the first half. They were terrible. Bowl games, you wonder about motivation. One thing I know, they were clearly not motivated, Palmer.
No, they didn't look focused at all in that first half, David, but this is a team that has a ton of talent. If they can put it here together in the second half, they can close the season out with an exclamation point.
Just a short pass to the tight end. And he'll have enough for the first down at the 42. New set of downs after the completion. To the air on first down. Fires to the wideout. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
This offense hasn't been able to generate a lot of points in this one. Here in the third quarter, you're seeing the defense and how much pride they take on being physical. It's not just stopping the run. Guys in the back end flying to the football in the air, getting hits on guys, that time on the receiver, knocking it loose.
This offense hasn't found the end zone yet. Starting to move, it's 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on first down. It's complete. He'll be out of bounds. They'll mark it at the 24.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on you.
Running back searching for a hole. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here. The Blue Hens kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21.
All right, offense, it's got to be better. You've done a nice job getting the football to this point in the red zone, but now you can't go backwards. You've got to be able to get rid of the football if it's not...
And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, a check down would be the last resort. Zings it complete to the right. He is stopped well short of the first down marker at the 15, and let's see what they do on fourth. And for the second time tonight, they'll trot out the field goal kicker. He splits the uprights.
And you want a touchdown, and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Let's see if he can make a play on the return. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. UTEP has the ball, and the Miner offense ready to go to work. They'll start this drive going to the air. And it's incomplete, but the penalty flag has fallen in the holding zone. Let's see what the call is. They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. Got it in the middle, it's Woodhead. And the defense wrestles him to the ground.
Yeah, and listen, I'm going to move this guy everywhere. He was in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double team him, put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Finds the tight end. Makes the tackle at the 32, but they were backed up inside their 20, and they pick up 15.
A lot of smiles right now in this offense. They've got a big lead, and they're just having fun out there. They're still throwing the football. These receivers are still getting open. Pass protection is still great. This quarterback's thinking to himself, man, I'm going to be padding my stats here in the second half of this game because everything we're dialing up is working.
Fires to the tight end. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
Nice quick throw there, and it's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find a rhythm and to be comfortable and confident. You want to just get the ball out quickly, make it an accurate and easy throw, and you can tell that these two guys, they rep that play in practice all the time, and it's now showing up here on game day.
The run from the shotgun. They'll move the chains after he gets it to the 43-yard line.
All right, nothing flashy there. He just did what it took to get the first down.
And the Miners look to keep this drive humming. Wants to throw on first down. Caught in the backfield, it's Morton. And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup. The Miners with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Back to pass on second down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Sullivan. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34.
This defense is going to have to find a way to start mixing up their coverages. They're in a tough spot. They're down right now, so most people would think the opponent would be running the ball, but when you've had the success these guys have had throwing it, you're going to see more shot plays, and you better change your looks up to try and get it.
Turning it on! And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down.
That's a big key for this offense. Now, you've got the lead here in the second half. You want to run the football, and you've got to just keep getting positive yards. You've got to keep the third downs manageable so you can stay on the field, bleed the clock. That's going to be the key for this offense and their team winning the game.
They'll go up top on second and short. Quarterback just flat missed it. Incomplete.
Well, that's one the offense would love to have back. That's a play they practice over and over and over. They feel like they can run that play in their sleep, not able to connect there.
On third and short, they'll try to convert through the air. Caught near the sticks. It's Woodhead. That'll be enough for a first down, and they've got it at the 16-yard line. That's the end of the quarter, and UTEP has the lead. This has been utter domination through 3 quarters, and the stats will back that up. Final stands of the game, and we'll start with the first down. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. They're lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they have dialed up for this one. Direct snap. It's done. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on first and goal. Third down, and they'll try the jet sweep. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks.
So many offenses do this, right? They run the jet sweep. This defense was more than ready. They see it all the time. They got the penetration. That play had no chance to be successful.
On fourth down, they'll pass for it. Converts on fourth down. Still going. They make the stop at the 5-yard line, but they've got it first and goal.
This offense, you can tell, it's confident, man. Fourth down and short, in the red zone. Yeah, you could probably kick a field goal, but they stay aggressive. They trust their passing attack. Nice job getting rid of the football on time, setting up the first and goal.
He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground. Man, and that's a frustrating play when you go in reverse near the goal line, goal-to-go situations, Palmer. You got to get those positive yards. You can't go backwards if you're trying to get a touchdown.
You know, I'm trusting in my...
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Miners.
Pure domination all game long for this offense. Whether they've been running the football, whether they've been throwing the football, critical down and distances, situationally all up and down the field. This defense has had no answer for these guys. What an impressive performance by the Oak.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Fielded in the end zone. It's Jamison. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Guys, the Delaware offense going back to work. David, they couldn't pay off that last drive with a touchdown.
Now, they moved the ball down the field and executed like they wanted to until they stalled out and had to settle for a field goal.
I think if you want to take the next step, too, here and score a touchdown, you got to start finding more creative ways to get your best players the ball. Let's see if they can do that here.
So now it's second and long. Out of the gun to give to the back. Tried to move that pile forward. He maybe gets 2. He's down at the 21. They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. It's complete to the right. Powers through. Gets it to the 46-yard line. First down for this offense.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of momentum and gain a little bit of confidence that they can keep coaching up heading into their next game.
I'm just not sure where to put the blame. And I know they're going to lose this football game. They've struggled, and he's been sacked. I know he's turned it over and thrown an interception, but they haven't been in sync, and nobody's played really great.
And here's a fumble way behind the line. Defense has it. They're on the move. All by himself down the middle. Touchdown, UTEP. And they turn it into a defensive score.
And the defense comes with the blitz. Nice job getting to the quarterback. And don't just get there. Try to strip that football out. They get the QB to the ground. The ball's out. They scoop it up, take it all the way back to the house for 6.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And now the Blue Hen offense onto the field. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Caught on the outside. It's Starks.
This offense will find different ways to get their backs involved. It's not just tailbacks, but how about the fullback there? He makes a catch just for a few yards to help keep this drive going.
Pulls it in. It's Whitted. Still running at the 40. They get him out of bounds. Couple yards short of midfield. They'll mark it at the 48, and this offense is rolling.
This has been a frustrating day. I mean, they haven't moved the ball consistently, and now you get a play, but they haven't put 2 and 3 and 4 plays together, and that's why they're trailing in this football game. So maybe they can find some kind of a rhythm here late in the game and get something cooking.
And he showed himself to be a regular Spinderella, but not a lot of room to run. They ran it on first down, now on second. Looking to fire. Caught over the middle. It's Wilkins. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down. And the Blue Hens have this offense rolling. Looking to throw on first down. Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47.
I tell you what, if I'm this QB, I am ill as a hornet in my offensive line. Are you kidding me? That's the 6th time they put me on the ground. Dudes, will y'all protect me a little bit better, please?
The Blue Hens with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. He'll do it himself. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice gain before the defense is able to stop it. It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the grab. And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the first. Clock stops, and we've reached the 2-minute timeout. This offense looking for anything to cut into this big lead. It's wise not to be too greedy, and they'll go ahead and send out the field goal unit. And he had plenty of leg and kept it just straight enough to use that right upright to get it through. Let's not say they cut into the deficit with that field goal. Maybe just, I don't know, tweaked a little bit of it away with their fingernail. Well, we are winding it down, guys. Only a few more plays left in this season, and also wrapping up a really outstanding performance for this offense.
Yeah, and they're sending out the seniors on the right foot. Guys, we've seen a lot of great football. There have been so many tremendous moments and individual efforts, David. This is a year in college football I know I'll never forget.
Won't forget it. Loved working with you guys. Loved being in the booth. Loved covering these football games. And I'll tell you what, a lot of excitement in college football surrounding the sport, man. Let's just keep loving on it.
They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line.
And there's nothing more frustrating than when you get late in the game and you know they're running the football and you don't stop them. It's been that kind of day for this defense. They haven't played well. They're going to have to go to the well. They're going to have to figure some things out. Practice this week, I can promise you, will not be a lot of fun with these coaches.
They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop. And the Miners will punt it away on 4th down. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time. Guys, this is a really good win for this ball club as they put together consecutive victories.
And in this season, that's what you got to do. You got to put together good